All right, everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I do apologize for the late stream today. I totally forgot about my doctor's appointment, so that is my bad. It ended super fast, which is nice, so I figured I would go ahead and just hop on here and start rolling with stream. What we're going to be doing over the next few weeks here is I'm going to be finally completing the character sheets I need to be able to draw my Webtoon OCs consistently, so I can get going on the Webtoon again finally. So let's go ahead and hop on over here. Now, I've already done the front and the back of August. He is one of our OCs that is featured right in the beginning of the story here. So what I'm working on now is like a little like portrait kind of to go along like a nicer like little piece of art to kind of solidify what it'll look like in the actual like webtoon. And then what we'll do is we'll move on to his brother Val. So got this, and I had started the lines for it last night, but it's actually nice that I finally have like a reference sheet going here so I can see exactly how everything looks, and I can have like a solidified, unified image when I draw them. And I can draw them from the front and the back now, which is really nice. In theory, at least. So working on these little straps he's got here on his collar. And I'm not too terribly worried about like the lines being perfect because uh for the sake of like speed and whatnot, I just kind of want to establish um how he's going to look like in the webtoon and try to stick to it and be consistent. I will probably go through and at least do some like thickening of the lines in some spot, just because like I just like to do that in general for my line work. So the big challenge here is going to be drawing his pistols because I am not good at drawing weapons. He does have two pistols though, so well on top of like all of his other weaponry, but he mainly uses two pistols. So I've got a 3D model here in Clip to help me out with that. So I've got like uh, it's not going to look like this 3D model, but that's just what I have for like a little helpful helper reference. It's got Finn's helper hat on. This is something I probably should have done a long time ago. But you know what? Like, I'm at a skill level now where I feel really confident about it, so now is probably the right time for this to finally happen. So we're gonna treat it as if I needed to get my skills up more. Let me make sure I just smacked my um, freaking camera here. Oh my god, words are hard. Make sure these are actually like wrapping over it. I do have a brush for buckles too that I can use, but this is kind of closer up, so I might as well just draw it. Oh my god, my playlist is always playing Mars Volta. I must have a lot on there. I know they have like a million albums, so. Let's see, make sure I have it going across the right way. And all of the emo practice actually helped out pretty well because webtoons are a little bit similar where they're going to be like viewed on like a phone. It's going to be very small. So it's kind of like not only for the sake of being able to draw it consistently, but having a little less detail helps it read better. So it doesn't become like muddled with like details and line work. Especially since I'm going to be drawing these characters a lot, I gotta treat it more like an animation. It's like that's why anime characters are usually pretty simple. Like as far as like details or just anything that's animated, they don't put like a ton of detail into it because they gotta draw it like hundreds of thousands of times, if not millions of times. I also finally like got down how I want his hair to actually look. For the longest time, I had drawn like this crazy anime hair and not figure out how that hair was actually going to work. So I finally have taken the time to do that. So it makes sense now. It's still super anime, but at least I, you know where how the strands are placed on like their head face, the scalp line, and everything. So all right, got that, and he's got some straps over here. Yeah, check that. So I'm gonna have to draw the gun here pretty soon. That's gonna be the most challenging part. Because it's kind of like it takes place in the future, and then they also have magic and they channel their magic into their weapons. So it's like the gun's kind of like a fusion of like a almost like a revolver, but the each of the chambers has like a different type of effect that is either has on the shots. Um, so that's more what the revolving part of it is for just switching like ammo types essentially. Other than that, it's got kind of like a more of like a magnum kind of feel to it, like a high caliber like hand cannon. Oh, and don't worry, I will be finishing up like the final emote for the final tier, and I will be coming up with some bits tiers. I just figured you guys would probably get pretty bored of me um, working on emotes. Plus, I also wanted to work on something different. So I'm not only like ADHD, but I'm ADHD with my art too. Like I like to jump around from project to project, or otherwise I get bored and complacent. Go ahead and actually draw through the lines. That'll help that out. It's really like good advice for like those of you that are struggling with like line confidence. It is totally cool to just draw through lines that you've already drawn because you have an eraser. You can just go back and erase it. That way you don't have to like rack your brain about, oh, where does this line start and end. It's just like one continuous line, and you just go ahead and just erase away where it's like overlapping where it doesn't need to be. That way you can get like the big sweeping motion from using like your shoulder instead of your wrist, which will save you a lot of like pain and suffering. Art can take a hell of a toll on the body, so you gotta be careful. I actually have a standing desk, so I'm actually standing up now that I've cleaned my desk off. That helps a lot too. Alright, now we gotta work on the gun here. I feel like this should probably come out more. I feel like there's a little bit more space that comes out when people hold guns, so we're gonna kind of let's do it a little bit more, maybe even more than that. There we go. It's kind of hard when you're placing it in like 3D too. I've only ever like held and fired a gun once, so I don't have like super experience on that. Not like a huge fan of guns. I mean, sure they're cool in like media and stuff like this, but in reality, I think they're terrifying. So I'd rather take my chances in a fist fight than have somebody pull a gun on me. Alright, that looks a little bit better. Let's go ahead and turn our 3D model back on here. So I think what I need to do is, like, I came up with like a really, oops, let's not have that on the screen. I had come up with like a really cool design for his guns, but I think they're a little too involved, so maybe I can take those designs and dumb them down so it's more practical. I just gotta figure out where the hell I saved it. That is the fun part. I have so many different drives. I need to really go through and consolidate everything and put it all in the same spot. And this drive isn't a solid state drive, so it's going to take me just a second here. Figure out where the hell I put it. That is thumbnails. Where did I save this? Oh, wait. Nope, that's not it. Oh my goodness, I cannot find it. This sucks. Vegeta, stay away from that door. Come on, man. Why do you like this, bud? Oh, maybe it's in here. Fan art, PNG, Web Studio. This creature design. Oh my god. I should have found this ahead of time. I'm sorry, guys. No, I have it somewhere. Maybe it's in this folder. It's crazy because I know I have it on like my I have it on my actually, you know what, I have it on my phone. I can just email it back to myself. Or I did have it on my phone. There it is. Email this to myself. Alrighty, let's see. Okay. Download. God, my mouse is driving me insane. Alright, fine. We'll use this over here. Get off my screen. Why the hell doesn't want to open? Maybe it'll open? No? Unsupported file format. It's a freaking JPEG. The hell, man? Alright, I'll just have to look at my phone. We're gonna have to improvise here. Alright, let's do this. Let's do a sketch. think what I do is I'm going to get like the basic shape for where the gun is going to be, and then I'm going to turn off that reference altogether. That way it doesn't like doesn't distract me from looking at the actual reference. So we're just going to make this a box, kind of. Break it down into basic shape. We're actually going to do this because, like I said, I made it into like a kind of revolver kind of thing. So I'm going to also put like put a box here, kind of, just to have it. And then this is actually going to come more like that. And then we'll have the hammer off here. And let's make sure I have it that marked where open. Alright, so that's the basic shape. So now I don't really need this. So now we can start refining this. Bring down that to 20 so it's not so chunky. This song's way too low energy for me. Find something real quick that I want. That'll work. Maybe I'll change the color here too so it doesn't get confusing. Alright, so that. So I've got this going on here. I'm gonna have it kind of go like that. That. Actually, let's try to get the perspective right here. Like that. And then trying to figure out how I can simplify this. Some more of that lines. And then kind of have this. Like that. And then I have it so he has like a kind of like a little guard thing that comes out here in front. Something like that. And it's got a little thing here. I'm probably already making it too complicated. So you can see that on the other side there. And this actually kind of overlaps here for the trigger area. this. And then I had it so it was almost like it had like kind of like teeth. I thought it would look cool. And then the revolver part of it that rotates here. And there's the sight is kind of like up here, it has like a little glowy part to it. Let's make this a little squared off here. There's like a back part, and it kind of goes like this, and then the hammer goes off to the side there. Actually, the sight would be more in the middle here. Alright, something like that. That's more simplified. Still probably too much detail, but less than it was before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off these lines real quick because they'll distract me. Bring down the opacity a whole bunch here. I'm also not like super good at perspective here, so don't mind me. Man, this little guard thing I made was like so much easier to do from the side. Kind of like this. It's gotta, because it's perspective, it's gotta go like this. And again, a lot of the, like, doing, like, the shading and stuff will do a lot of the heavy lifting, so we just need to have, like, the lines for, like, the form. Actually, I think this comes out more this way. I think it goes more like it's kind of like a trapezoid kind of shape here. If that's the correct shape, I have no idea. And then should probably have where this part goes into it. Just continue straight down. This might come out too far, actually. No. Give me the damn eraser. Jesus. The good news is I will get more and more practice as I draw this, so it'll be fine. Flip it that way. I should have it taper in a little bit here. Still looks kind of weird. Yeah, definitely got to practice doing weapons. That's okay, we all start somewhere, right? I can improve it over time. It'll be totally cool. The main thing is, you guys know that it's a gun and it goes pew pew. I think my problem with drawing guns is like when I was growing up, I did mostly like fantasy designs. So I drew more like swords, axes, things like that. So that kind of thing. I was initially just using like the actual 3D models and clip and just turn them into line work, but that didn't allow me for a lot of like customization for like the ideas of what I wanted. And it felt like, I don't know, just not as original, so I'm gonna try my best here to just get better at things naturally by practicing. Oh, not bad. I just had to get my ADHD medicine refilled. So nothing like major. I'm not dying. I just totally forgot that I had made an appointment for today. And I was like, shit. I love this song. It's Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Alright, I am going to use the ellipse tool for this. I think that would help me. Oh, that's too thick. Get it to... Good enough. Actually, I need to move the whole thing over. Here. You having a good day so far, Pensy? Oh man, that looks so bad. See if we can fix this. It's not tilted right. Maybe more like this. Maybe over here. Oh my god, it looks so chubby. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Yeah, they're like hellaciously hard to draw. I'm just gonna do these as like diamond shape. I think that'll make that easier to draw. Yeah, I barely ever draw guns, so this is like super struggle time for Aniki. I should have been practicing considering that, you know, August here uses nothing but guns pretty much. And then we have other characters that also use some guns, so that's okay. It'll start off wonky and then it'll just get better as I go. You know, as I grow, it'll be fine. What I'm thinking I'm doing here is I'll get like this is kind of like almost like another sketch, and then what I'll do is I'll lower the opacity, and I'll use my tools that have like the straight lines, and that might help alleviate some of the issues. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll kind of figure out how I want it to look manually here, and then I'll go in and fix it. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, we can make this look better. Let's lower the opacity way the hell down. Turn this off. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Oh, I gotta do a new layer here. What are you doing, Vegeta? Trying to make it be not quite as blocky. That kind of. Should give that some more of an angle. Come out a little bit and then come in like this. Well, like that. Wait, how am I doing this? Like this. My brain's like, ugh. My problem is I do want to make something look cool, but I don't quite have the skills or knowledge to implement it. is the problem. But that's okay. We're just gonna work on it. It'll be fine. I'm gonna do it like it's set into this. Probably should have done that with a thinner line. That's okay. I'm gonna go through and do some cleanup here. This is such a hard angle to like visualize. I think I need to start kind of thinning out just certain parts of the lines. I think we'll make it look better. So it doesn't look so like lines aren't like perfect. So that makes it look artificial. And then I can go in manually and add some stuff to it as well. Probably have to do that in there with a brush. I need to get this where I can draw it quickly, because I need to be able to do that for the comic itself. I'm gonna have to do some studies, I think, is what it's gonna come down to. August will eventually have some cool pistols. We'll figure it out. That's my mission. Can't do them dirty. I think maybe this side's a little too fat, I think. Let's bring it in Let's also bring this one in more. So it has more of like it flares out a little bit. I kind of messed things up. Shit. Okay. We're gonna figure things out here. Got an idea. What we're gonna do is we're gonna modify. I'm gonna turn this into lines, and then I'm gonna modify it from there. So I gotta isolate the gun part. So I'm gonna pull that out. I'm gonna try to. Alright. Delete that. Okay, we're going to take this, duplicate this layer, turn that off, and then we're going to convert it to lines, and then what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll manipulate the lines to make it more like the design I want. So, ooh, that's like way too fat. Let's turn off that. It's still really fat. Let me put this down to like 2. Oh, that's a lot better. Turn the texture back on, see what it looks like. Take this down to like 50. Oh, let's do it less than that. Let's do it 20. I wonder if I can make these lines even thinner. Ah, okay. See how low it'll let me go. Alright, let's turn off the texture. I think that'll help keep it fairly simplified here. So now we can convert this layer to color and get rid of this. And then we'll convert the fill, also color. Let's see. See how much we can change here. That'll make it look more like the design. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of this. Let's turn off the. Oh, that's on the fill layer. Oops. I was like, why is it? There we go. Probably get rid of this. And don't really want that on there. I think what we're going to do is basically have like mostly the shape, because the shape is pretty close to what I was going for. Kind of like that right there. That's okay. That can stay. I don't know about this rounded part here though. Let's get rid of this. don't think I like this. So we're going to get rid of that. And it's more of a revolver here at the end, so take this part off. And we're going to cut it off like right here. Alright, we got more of the shape that I was going for here. So that's good. So let me also get rid of this fill until I need it. So get rid of that. Kind of cut off here. Okay, cool. That's a much better base. So we can start fixing some stuff here. Lines are kind of pixelated, so I'll probably have to clean them up. But at least once I get this done, I'll have a reference for this angle when I get it the way I want it to look. So it'll be worth it. So we won't have to waste so much time when I go to do the actual comic. Oh no. Gotta make sure you eat. I know this is probably not the most exciting thing to watch, but this is going to help me. So bear with me. Yeah, if I can get comfortable with this, then all this effort, like I said, will be worth it. Come on. There we go. I can actually use my line tool here. That'll help. Stuff was. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of it. This back to 5 and all the way down here. And this is a Webtoon, so I don't have to do too much detail, but I want to still make sure that it looks decent. I think we're going to do things to make it a little more basic. Got an idea. This and that. And then that. Now what we're going to do is duplicate that. We're going to transform and we're going to flip. And we're going to rotate it. See if we can get one going this way. Do a free transform. I think that'll help. Perspective here. Hopefully this isn't completely backfiring. So far it is. this to go the opposite way, though. Not like that, though. Well, I just need this as a guide. Alright, good enough. There we go. So now I can use this as a reference for what I was trying to do. Oh, not that big. Actually, I can even hold on. Trying to figure out workarounds to make this easier on me. Aha, here we go. And then as I get better, he can have cooler guns later. Alright, that's probably good because I got to leave space. So now I can do this one up here. And flip. And I'll probably need to bring it in. Trying to work smarter, not harder here. That's my goal. You know, I probably could have even found a brush that did this, like what I'm trying to do now. Yeah, anytime you have to draw something that's going to be like multiples of it, it's always a good idea to just go ahead and make copies. Alright, let me see. So now we can take these layers and we can merge them. these lines some here. Oops, I was on the right layer. And if I was using the right brush. So, need to, I'm going to have the, oh, I know what I can do. I know exactly what I can do. Again, we're trying to work smarter here, so do this, and then do this. So now when I draw things, there's an outline. Or not. Oh, I'm using the wrong lasso. Ha ha ha. And then I can shape this the way I need it. Get it, make it a little more rounded here. From this angle, not quite sure how the revolver things usually sit in there, but we're gonna kind of just, we're gonna simplify it. And I can take, oh, that's too fat. Duplicate. And then this. And delete. Let's make that a little thinner. 15s. And then take this curve. Like that. separates this in a little bit. So it's kind of like the revolver part. Kinda. Go down here and kind of clean these up too. Oops. What's that? Why is it being weird? I don't know why it's showing up like that. That's strange. Maybe if I increase the thickness? There we go. Oh, it's the wrong brush. I was like, what the hell? This is still, yeah, it's not showing up the way I want. So let's increase the thickness. And I can just kind of make these a little more angular. Put a little bit of a curve on this. Maybe bring this up a little bit. Fix the curves here a little bit better. I kind of want to put like a muzzle thing around this, so let's do that. Muzzle brake. I think that's what it's called. Again, I don't know anything about guns, so I need to bring that out a little bit more. Oh, we could put the other one behind this, so that'll work that way. Like that. And then I can duplicate this. Put it behind. Oops. Oh, that one line's a little off. Alright, let's go back to it. It depends on whether I have any like commissions to work on or anything. I might need to like get that kind of stuff done first. But then after that, sure. Bring this to here. Oops. There we go. we go. We got a bit more of a muzzle brake on it. Oh, yeah. No, I appreciate you asking. Let's see what else can I do. Back to this. And we can do... Oh, it's on that layer. Okay. Let's duplicate. Erase away what I had. Actually, you can go over the top of that. And then move this out a little bit. So it kind of goes a little over where the revolver part is. And like that. That. Duplicates. We're going to figure out how to make this work the way I want. I'm determined. So let's start right there. Oops. Like that. And then rasterize it. Duplicate. Just keep duplicating. Might rotate it a little bit. I don't know if I like those extra teeth. Maybe just the ones I had. The front look okay. That's probably fine, because if I put too many, it'll complicate it. here. Yep, that's it. There we go. Looks better that way. Trying to make it look cool. Doing my best. That, and then I do maybe one more below it. Maybe like that. That's coming off too much. So let's do. That didn't really do what I wanted. Close it off. That's fine. I gotta remember that some of this is gonna be covered by the by August anyway. Like these lines here. I also gotta make it bigger and move it. So it just needs the hammer, I think, and then I can go through and I can adjust some of these lines. So we'll use this some more to do like the hammer part. Something like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. A little bit smaller. Kind of like that. Yeah, that's a little better. Alright, so this stuff together, and then we'll get rid of the brightness, and then we can go through and clean up the lines. Oh wait, does it have the damn sketch in it? It does. Son of a bitch. Alright, hold on. Where's the sketch? Is it this? Yes. What about this? What's that? Okay. Now we can merge these. And we can do the final cleanup on it, and then we'll have our freaking pistol. There we go. I'm just gonna make this black. I think it'll be fine. That in. Put that in. There and there. Oops. Reduce the thickness on this line. Ooh, let's do it. Use this to clean up some of the lines here. lines get kind of jagged. This is a little too thick. Alright, I think that's pretty good. Let me go ahead and I gotta resize this anyway. Oops, not that one. So what we're gonna do is convert it to an image material so it doesn't lose quality. Bring it up to top here. Oh my goodness. Just this. I'm not gonna let me do it, huh? Okay. Whatever. Whatever, Doc. Make it a lot bigger. To fit what we got here. Somewhere, I think around there. And if I rotate it a little bit. Actually, this will do it this way more. So it'll fit my hand right. Alright, close enough. I think it'll be okay. Maybe a little tiny smidgen. Like right there. And we can rasterize. Select the outside. Invert. Oh, it's got some of the outside of this. Wait, did that end up on the same layer as one of the other layers? I hope not. I'd be really upset if it did. Deselect. Oh, maybe if I set this as the reference layer. There we go. That's what I wanted. Invert. And then there we go. Actually, let's take this, lower the opacity, so I can see where I need to erase. Oops, adjust these lines a little bit. My selection, I should say. This. And this. And we'll just fix up the little spots. And then get rid of that there. There we go. Hell yeah. Now he's finally holding the gun. So I'm going to turn off that. Turn up all these little effects. Back view. There. See if I need to do anything with the lines here. Just gonna do some thickening in some spots. Give me the eraser, you fucker. Jesus. Make sure all the lines are connected where they need to be. Because when I go to select it, it'll mess up the selection otherwise. I'm glad you like the design, Pensy. August is a badass after all. August is basically if you gave a bar fighter a gun and magic. And they used to go to metal shows like I did when I was a kid, so we used to like moshing and stuff. Artifacts here, clean up. I'm also making these so if like people want to do fan art, they can have something to reference as well. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That would make me so happy to see fan art. Man, it's warm in here. Oops. Forgot that's not connected. Getting there. Oops. Brush is starting to get janky. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Oh, I used the 3D model to help me. Don't be too impressed. If you have tools that can help you out with to support your weaknesses, do not be afraid to use them. Thanks. Oops. There's the wrong color here. Just doing some organizing. Oh no, it's fine. I'm not talking as much either because I'm not used to doing this like later in the day, and I'm also starting to get hungry, so I might do a little bit of the flats and then we'll maybe like pick this up tomorrow. And then if I get this done tomorrow pretty quickly, I could start on having an official one for Val. Like, I already have a design for him. I just need to do it in, like, the reference form. In the format so other people can draw them too. And so I can keep them consistent when I'm working on the comic. sticking everything in folders because that's important. Alright, yeah, let's get some flats going, and then once I get the flats done, then I will call it. Oops. There we go. It's better. It's one of the important things about actually closing off the lines is if you want to be able to click like the silhouette and have it be selected. Alright, so I need to bring one of these back up. Just to save some time, I'm going to do... Oops, there's another spot I forgot to do, but that's okay. Ah! Don't do that. Then this layer. This part. Delete that. There we go. Now he has a waist again. So that's the skin. Let's get his teeth and eye color. Oops, I gotta click on that layer. Need to just use my damn pen since my mouse sucks right now. Why? Nobody told you to do that. If I can spell here. There we go. Heck is over here? It's weird. I'll figure that out later. It'll be okay. This damn pad I'm standing on keeps shifting. Probably because I keep shifting. You always want to make the eye whites not fully white. They're usually like a less saturated, like more of a gray version of the skin color. Because if you do them straight white, it's like extremely like cartoony. I mean, you can if you want to go that stylistic direction. but the eyes will like be like hellaciously bright if you just do them white. So I always do a little bit of a muted version of the skin color. I'll get his irises. And I'll make a little palette also on this reference sheet so people can get the colors right. Their irises are pretty bright because they have magic. Oops, on the wrong layer. Oops. Forgot I had that all on one layer. I think doing flats is my like absolutely like least favorite part of working on anything. Yeah, August and Val have the same eye color because they're brothers. And because they're pretty bright because they have the magic. The magics. scars. I'll have to do his tattoos later. Oops. Go above this layer. Oops, I made it a little bit longer on the one side, but that's okay. It'll be fine. I did this line work pretty quickly anyway, so doesn't have to be perfect. Thanks. There are stories behind them, so he doesn't have them just to be like a badass, so. Make sure I was saved. I don't think I was saved this whole time. That would have been bad, right? Alright, let's get his shirt. That's underneath. And I'll add the design later, just for the sake of time here, because I'm getting so hungry. Oops. Shirt. The red part of the jacket next. texture pattern some other time. Well, tomorrow, I should say. So I'm going to work on it tomorrow. What? Where did the red go on up here? Why are you like this? Eh. Oops, some of the red got on his skin. Let's fix that. I'll do some, have some on this pocket device. So let's go ahead and this is why I have these reference sheets, so I don't miss anything. Don't want to be like JC Staff and draw a male character as a female character in like a couple of the frames. It's pretty embarrassing for a big anime studio. The new One Punch Man makes me so sad. It's so garbage. Really, I blame some like corporate suit for the problems with that, because there's no way our team wasn't like, we do not have the time or the skills to do this. Not to the standard people expect, at least, from One Punch Man after the first season. Like, the second season was also bad, but this season's been way worse. It's almost like the Meliodas kind of like laying in the bed kind of bad. Which was also awful, and I don't even really like that show that much. I was just like, oh. Let's get the buckles. Oops, I'm going first. Oh no, I did. Oh my god, I get so hungry I can't concentrate on what I'm doing. Oops. Alright, got the buckles. Yeah, I need to get this plug. Thanks. I'm glad you like August. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people that are Team August and a lot of people that are Team Val. Even though they're not, like, opposing each other or anything. 100%. Oh. Oh, it's just this blue. I know what blue that is. So blue with a red ring around it. And I think it's the same red as the jacket. So I try to use the same colors so the palette is like simple enough that I can use it for multiple. Yeah, I need to actually put it over here too. So there's red on that. And that's all the red on that. Oh wait, that's part of his ear. Ha ha ha! Just realized that. So, oh shit! I just lost the red. Damn it! Grab the red again. Yeah, I need to make a little palette that I can use. Select things. It's just a line of red around here. There we go. It's better. Yeah. No, in Final Fantasy he would not be an NC though. They would have some like super like bottom looking character be like the MC, which is fine. I mean, except for Clive. I mean, Clive was pretty goddamn manly. I actually like Clive quite a bit. I didn't think I would, but yeah, exactly. Clive is so manly. I'm playing Rebirth now, and I'm like super excited about it. It's so good. Watching Cloud swoon over his crushed Sephiroth. I remember the first time I played the game, I was like, "Oh, that's cool. They've got like a female villain." And then I realized Sephiroth was a dude. I was like, "Oh shit, my bad." He was just so Bishonen. Yeah, exactly. I do like how they have like the thruple thing going on with Cloud, Eris, and Tifa. And it's like Barrett is just like babysitter dad. Fighting with Red 13 is also pretty awesome in that game. Oops. Yeah, they super lead into that. Like, I haven't even played that long. Like, I got through, like, the flashback, and I, like, spent so much time just, like, exploring Calm, and then, like, right outside of Calm, that I just, like, got super distracted and didn't get very far, just because everything was so beautiful. Like even on medium settings, like everything was like amazing. Like it's been a long time since I've had like a sense of like wonder just from like looking at like an area in like a video game. Especially for me because like, you know, we played like the original one where it was just like the super awful like graphics, which at the time were really good, but like seeing it like, you know, super jazzed out modern technology is just like breathtaking. I just spent so much time looking at things. And then I was like, oh shit, it's like 3 a.m. I gotta go to bed. It was the first JRPG that got me into JRPGs, and I've been in love with it ever since. It was just like so well done. Like the characters were like really interesting and quirky, like in a good way, not in like a cringe way. I mean, I do have to say that Cloud is my least favorite character in the game, but it's fine. At least the way he fights is cool. That's his saving grace, I guess. It's like who let this like little bitch carry this like big ass sword around? And he's so like edgy and whiny. Oh, I don't remember things. Oh, ooh, ooh. I still love Sephiroth, even though he's evil. I really like what they did with Aerith in the remake. Like she's so much more like personable, and I don't know. I really really enjoy like her dialogue and her personality and the way she interacts. She's like really like feisty and stuff, and it's like super cute. Tifa's still MVP though, as far as the girls, but it's gonna be fun to get Yuffie finally. All right, well, we still got a ways to go on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save, put this back on screen here, and turn all those things back on. There's the back view. Oh, wait, I've got that off. And then, oh, that back on. Turn our little Zaz on. And when I finish this portrait, I'm going to put it behind these two so it doesn't cover anything. But yeah, that's what we got so far. Go ahead and save here. I will pick this up tomorrow. Tomorrow, hopefully, it should be 1:30 That's going to be my new stream time, by the way. It just gives me a little bit more time to sleep and to wake up and get some food and all that kind of stuff. So let me go ahead and throw you guys in the lobby so we can wrap this up. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me while I worked on my reference sheet for my Webtoon character, August Bennett here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be working on these character sheets for a little while till I get like at least a good amount of them done, at least enough for like the characters that show up in the first arc. If you like the kind of content I do, please follow me to see when I go live. If you really like my content, consider subscribing. That would help me out tremendously. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day until then, and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye bye bye.